Hey, welcome back to the Chaotic Podcast, everybody. I got the OG gang of me, Nathan, and Andy in here, and then we got our young, lovable friend, Jose.
Jose Jalapeno.
I am here.
This is Mexican.
Jose, what kind of mic do you got? Because your voice is always like very smooth and crisp.
Honestly, I have no clue. Yep.
Sounds good, everybody.
I just found it on eBay and I thought it sounded good, so I just said, "Fuck it." Okay, cool.
Exactly.
I got two mics. I have one to do my podcast, and then I have one for streaming because the one I do my podcast for doesn't like to pick up my voice when I'm streaming.
I'll be like that.
So, yeah, it definitely be like that. Weekly topics. All right. So, first thing we have to do is get the introduction and banner out of the way. Check. Did that.
There we go.
All right. Oh, and then here's Andy calling me out right before. So, yes, I just got back from New York from celebrating my birthday. You were correct, Andy. You fucking asshole. Had a lot of fun. Great time. So how was you guys this week?
Who's going first? Okay, I'm going first. It was pretty good. I didn't really do much. And I'm eating breakfast. So at 2 p.m. So that's for me.
I eat breakfast whenever I feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
How was work,
Anybody
Andy?
else?
Work is fantastic. I actually have people that are competent. Oh, and your comment of calling me an asshole. I mean, my dad always told me to say when anyone says that, I am what you eat. So apparently you eat ass. Anyway, moving on.
How do you think I got pink eye?
I mean, I just thought that was because you like to be a ruffian.
No, Kayla farted in my mouth. And in my face.
I wish I could Ashley to do that, but no, she's self-conscious about it.
What the fuck? This is a great topic for a podcast.
Yeah, this is not going where I thought it would go, but it never really does.
I know. Well, I'm trying to like fucking.
What do you wish I would do?
Sit on my face and fart in
And
my
there's
mouth.
a whole discussion going on there.
Well, yeah, let's move to Nathan. Nathan, how's COVID again?
Oh, it's fucking great.
I know.
Somebody couldn't have enough of Nathan.
Well,
Yeah, make sure
it
that's clean.
doesn't help that the room I had to clean yesterday before I left had 2 COVID patients in it that were getting transported up to the hospital. So that's probably, if I actually do have it, that's probably where I got it from. But perks of working in a fucking care home. I've been there 3 weeks and I've gotten tested 6 times.
Trust me, I know all about that. I'm getting ready to go back to my old job as a direct support professional. I'm leaving security, like for good. I don't think I'll ever go back to security unless it's like I need the money. But mental health state-wise, yeah, never going back. Fuck this shit. Fuck Amazon. Fuck everything y'all stand for. So yeah. So back to
that's how I feel with working retail. My mental state with working retail.
Yeah. Andy, I'm gonna have to mute you.
Lovely.
He said lovely. I'm just playing. As long as you stop dying in the background or whatever you're doing.
I'm literally just sitting down. The grunting and groaning you're hearing is Ashley because she's dumping clothes all over the place.
Oh. Look at that. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Yes. Now, do me a favor, woman. Be a woman and
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Don't you know women can't do that for longer than 5 minutes?
Exactly, Nate.
Nate, I'm gonna fucking put you through 3 hours of hell in fucking Warzone tonight. Shut up.
All right, guys. I got you. So back to the whole New York thing. I wanted to ask you guys all, where is your favorite place that you've ever visited?
I'd probably say New York, honestly.
Yeah,
I don't really
New
travel
York
much.
fire, bro.
I want to go to Canada. I love Canada. I don't know why.
I want to
Really?
move to Canada, but I don't want to wait 6 years to get my citizenship. I just want to know.
Dude, Canada is fucking beautiful.
Okay, we're all
Canada
agreeing
has free
section. That's amazing.
healthcare, and you know how much fucking easier my life would be with being a diabetic.
Yeah, I can imagine. Have you guys visited Canada, or you just want to go there?
I visited when I was a kid.
I want to go and stay and never come back.
Mm,
Takes 6 years to get your citizenship. So.
that's
See,
fine.
it's either I'm going back to Canada or I'll just go to Florida for like the 30 millionth time.
Florida's not that fun. I've been to Florida once for Disney World, and yeah, it was cool, I guess, but it was kind of lame at the same time. I don't like being.
Sorry. I was about to say literally every attraction that's in Florida I've been to. So SeaWorld, Universal Studios, Disney World.
I just don't see from being from Pennsylvania, and you guys are all from like the surrounding states. I just don't see the appeal of being fucking hot every single day, and even at nighttime when it's raining, it's 85 to 90 degrees.
Oh, I feel you on that. I need my winter.
I don't.
I don't need my winter, but I need like 60 degree, 70 degree weather. I don't need 112. Like,
I'd probably have to say I've been to Green Bay, Wisconsin. I went to Lambeau Field up there with my dad. Growing up as a kid for a Lions game, fucking longest drive of my life, but it was worth it.
yeah. So as we're talking about places that we visited and how much we enjoyed them, do you guys think you could live at any of your favorite vacation spots, or would it ruin the atmosphere of it?
I could 100% live in Canada.
The lighthouse capital.
Because I don't think I could live in New York. Like, as much as I love visiting New York, I think I'd fucking like kill
New
someone
York is
within
too
a year
much.
of living there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll
Too
get
many
in a
people.
cab and someone will be like, "I'm walking here, you fucker." And you'll just be like, "Oh, fuck you."
Well, people just like casually be beeping their horns at each other there, like it's no big deal. If you beep horns in Pennsylvania, everyone's like, "You want to pull over the side of the fucking road?" So like every time I get beeped at in New York, I'm like
come out of you.
I'm like fucking getting angry and shit, and then you're just constantly cutting people off. Like I could live in New York, the state, but New York City, no, absolutely not. It's too expensive, too overcrowded. The food's great, but it's also expensive.
Yeah, the
like,
food is amazing.
I don't even have a fucking Walmart. Like, what am I gonna do with my spare time? Go to Times Square every day? Wow, that'll be dead in a week. I was fucking bored of Times Square after 3 days.
Sounds about right.
I just feel like if I lived in New York, I would. After I moved, I would never come back because like I would have seen everything 150 times. You know?
Yeah. Makes sense. New York has too many people, for sure.
Yeah. And it's not so bad right now because of COVID and shit like that. But like the moment that shit starts getting lifted more and more people are gonna come out, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's too fucking crowded.
Everyone's about to be sick over there.
And I can't fucking deal with the whole begging me for money. Like, not even just like the like homeless and shit like that. I don't mind that as much, but like people like buy my mixtape, this, that, do this. Like
Every
this dude
train
came
you
up
step
to me
foot
while,
into.
yeah, no, this dude came up to me. This dude came up to me trying to sell me his CD, and he's like, "I can just tell you have black friends." He was obviously like an African American guy, but like, he's like, "I can just tell that you have black friends, this and that," like trying to like smooth me into it. He's like, "I'll even write your name." He's like, "Q Smooth" on the front, and then he was like, "All right, man, now we take donations to give these out," and I was like, "Bro, I'm not giving you anything." He's like, and then immediately right after that, he's like, "Oh, so you don't like black people, huh?" I was like, "No, my black friends just don't ask me to buy their mixtape." I'm sorry, bro. Like,
sounds exactly like New York, honestly.
Yeah. Like, but there were some good aspects as well. I mean, I got sick pretty directly because I don't know if I have vertigo or what, but there's like a lot of escalators and elevators and shit, and I was like, my head's been like spinning since.
Hold on.
But,
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Well, it also doesn't help that you've been like dieting and trying to lose weight, and then when you went to New York, you were like eating shit pretty much.
Yeah. Good.
Fucking Krispy Kreme donuts.
Fantastic shit. I only had one Krispy Kreme donut, and mine wasn't the one that cost $12.
Jesus Christ.
That's a lot of money for a donut.
Fucking kid. But in total, we spent. Here, let me try to add this up real quick. We probably spent in total in New York City. I think we spent $1,000,
Which is hard to do, though.
Not that bad, honestly.
and that's 4 days, and that's including our hotel and my $150 night of drinking.
Pretty bad. That aspect of it. Everything else, I don't think that's that bad, honestly. For New York, I feel like you would have spent way more.
And then there was like $200 for all the Ubers.
Makes sense. You have to get around.
$100 and $100 to $200 in like knickknacks and weird ass shit that we bought.
Yeah. You can't not go to New York and not get stuff though. So
I know, but me and Kayla are both in job switches, so it's gonna kind of suck.
yeah.
But yeah. But let's get on to our next topic. We got something else that was brought up by Nathan before we started. Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard. From what Nathan, you might have heard something different from, but what I have heard down here is that it's not becoming an exclusive, and they plan to move away from yearly releases. I didn't know.
The article I was reading, it said something about Activision Blizzard wanting to finish out their stuff with PlayStation before they completely integrate over the Xbox.
See, I don't know if that is true or not, because I'm pretty sure my source was literally Microsoft came out with that they're not making Activision an exclusive.
Console exclusive.
Yeah. So like from what I believe that they're not doing that, which if they aren't, then it kind of is pointless to me. They even buy it, but I have a few questions that I wanted to go over about the situation. Do we think that moving away from yearly releases will help the quality of upcoming games, or is Call of Duty just dead?
I think it's gonna help it, honestly. I feel like releasing a new game every single year, like it doesn't give time for people to enjoy the previous game. Like you just move from game to game.
But I get that, but also the reason they do that is because their Call of Duties genuinely die within like 6 to 8 months. Like I couldn't imagine waiting 2 years for a new game to come out when they don't give enough content really, because it's very repetitive. Even if they like had 2 years to make a game and made the perfect game, you'd still be wore out after 6 months of playing it.
That makes sense. I feel like if they're consistent with like, I don't know, updates, stuff like, I don't know, like DLC, I don't know, stuff like that to make the game interesting.
They need to stop making the updates so fucking big.
They need to quit making them so.
They could do that.
So like together too. Like I feel like you got to do it like every 3 to 6 months. Otherwise, you're just overdoing it with updates.
Yeah, if they keep like maintenance on the game like high and make it a priority, I feel like they could keep people interested for a while until the next game.
See, I think like going off of it, I do think quality will go up, but I also think it'll still die within like 6 to 8 months. I mean, the only reason Warzone's as popular as it is because it's free.
That makes sense. That's very true.
Like otherwise, what is the one thing? If you talk to anyone who plays Warzone, they just tell you about how there's a bunch of cheaters, it's glitchy, like this, that, and everything else. And
that's literally what Chris complains about in our Warzone chat on Messenger.
Well, Chris is also bad at COD, but let's skip over that. But
we'll come back to that later.
yeah, Chris, you're terrible at Call of Duty. But
see, I honestly feel like if Activision took their time with like how DICE did with the Battlefield games, but
look at the last Battlefield.
Battlefield 2042 is complete fucking garbage. Like it has decent gameplay, but it's so fucking buggy.
Like the graphics are nice, but like yeah, look, they had how long to Battlefield 5 came out what
2
years ago, and then
2 or 3 years ago.
Battlefield 1 came out in like 2017. So like
Yeah.
they have like 3 years between releases, almost 2 to 3 years, and they still make shit products. So like, will it really fucking help, or will they just be more lazy about getting shit done?
I don't know. They don't
Or
plan on dying.
they'll overload the game to the point where it just doesn't run functionally.
Yeah,
Like,
half the time the fucking game crashes. It used to
Well, I
crash my PlayStation all the time
dude,
because it would freeze up.
just think, they make like a 67 whatever the fuck it is gig. They make a 67 gig game within a year. Like, could you imagine if they had like 2 years? Like, that shit's like, it's gonna be like 200 gigs. Like, what the fuck? Ain't nobody want to download that shit.
I feel
Like,
like
yeah,
right
I mean,
now,
that's what Cold War is with everything, is just under 200 gigs now.
Yeah, I know. Like, and people
Sure.
are like, well, just download it. And I was like, you guys realize that, for one, having a PlayStation 5 is already hard as fuck to get, but like, now you want me to download a 200 gigabyte game on my PS5 that only has 500 gigabytes. Like, sorry, boss, that's not gonna happen. Like, I have other games that are more important to me than fucking Call of Duty.
yeah.
Last of Us.
Shut the fuck up! I wasn't gonna bring it up, but
I feel like gaming, like games and stuff right now, is in like a weird spot from like them trying to transition to next gen and all that stuff. Like ever
it
since I
always
feel like,
does. It always sucks. Like at the beginning.
yeah, I hope they really figure it out because they're really letting us down.
While we're on the topic of PlayStation and stuff, one of February's free games for PlayStation Plus.
I got that later. I got that down later. Stop bringing up topics too early, bitch. All right, back to what we were saying. Yeah. So next question I have like 4 for this topic. Do we think that the alleged sexual assault / misconduct allegations had anything to do with them selling to Microsoft?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like they had to pay their lawyers.
Yeah.
They had to like pay the lawyers and like
Microsoft
kind of try to bury it, but
yeah, Microsoft is making the CEO step down. But yeah, I agree with you, Andy. I think they're trying to bury it because once that came out, everyone was like blowing it up with like, instead of worrying about the sexual assault and misconduct allegations, it was like, oh my god, Xbox is winning the console race now. Instead of like talking about, okay, but in reality, y'all just bought a company that had like thousands of sexual assault like allegations against them. Like, how big of a win really is this? It seems like Microsoft is just buying dead companies.
What was it? I think it was Blizzard, correct me if I'm wrong, that had the racist scandal against it as well, when they like fired a black employee and they said it was because of racism. I think it was Blizzard, but I might be wrong.
See, yeah. I honestly feel like Microsoft only bought it. Another reason they bought Activision Blizzard is so certain games are no longer console exclusives, like Crash Bandicoot or Spyro, for example.
Well, Crash hasn't been a console exclusive in a while. Like, it hasn't been a console exclusive since the PS2. Like, no, maybe PS3. But when the PS4 came out and the Crash remaster came out, that came out to all systems.
Oh yeah, it did.
It's because the thing is, I don't understand how Activision ever really got the rights to Crash, because Naughty Dog was the ones who made Crash. So I'm not quite sure how they got the rights to it. Like, it's probably like years and years ago.
Naughty Dog, like a buy company of Microsoft?
No. Naughty Dog is the only company that like completely refuses to work with Microsoft at all.
Oh.
Naughty Dog is like exclusively PlayStation. Like, none of their games are on Xbox, or I don't even think any are on PC currently.
Weird. Why do they do that?
So I guess loyalty. You know, the PlayStation made that company.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Like, even all their games, like, now I'll bring it up, The Last of Us, the Uncharted, shit like that. If you look, like, if you're going through house and shit like that, you'll just see random PlayStation 3s and shit like that.
Pretty dope.
Like, yeah, like, they always put Sony inside of, like, the game. Like, in Uncharted 4, you literally sit down and you play Crash Bandicoot on the PS1.
Oh,
So you
no
play
way.
a game inside of a game, yeah.
That's pretty sick.
But yeah, I think we got. So now my next question is: do we think that is this really a big win for Microsoft? If they're not making it exclusive, or are they just buying another big company?
I feel like they're just buying another big company.
Yeah, I don't think they would do anything to like Sony or like to get an advantage over them. I don't think they would do that. I feel like they just lose a lot of money.
I just personally think Activision is dead because it seems like they're buying a lot of dead like companies. Like one of their biggest, like, oh my god, I can't believe they bought it, was Bethesda, and I'm like, okay, cool, but Bethesda also hasn't made a good game since, well, a half decent game since Fallout 4. So, is this really a big win because Fallout 4 came out in 2016?
Maybe they're just trying to have control of like all the
Like they keep buying these companies that are like 7 years past since their last good game. Like like the last
they're
good
trying to
Call of
bring 'em
Duty that I enjoyed was Black Ops 2. So like
yeah, it's been a long time. Maybe they're just trying to bring it back. Maybe I hope so. I hope that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's a good hope, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. I personally think that like I kind of agree with what Jose was saying. Just they're trying to like just control everything, so they can just say, "Oh yeah, we have this, 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 and this."
Yeah, so eventually they can try to squeeze PlayStation out if they want to.
I feel like they're not gonna do that though. That's
What would
such
be
a
dope
dumb.
if they did would be if they like try to combine Halo and Call of Duty together. We have like the outworldness of Halo, but have like the multiplayer of Call of Duty.
AK Infinity Infinite
Infinite
Warfare 2.
Warfare.
Infinite Warfare, but just freaking a million times better.
All right. And the last thing that we wanted to bring up or question was where do you see this whole thing going? And this is also going to be our topic for the comments. So where do you think Activision Blizzard being bought out from Microsoft is going to go?
Bankruptcy.
I don't think bankruptcy per se, but I definitely don't think that they're going to like hit former glories again just because another company bought them.
The only way they will literally hit glory is if they either try to remaster past games and try to say, okay, we're trying, or if they actually listen to the fans and say, these are the kind of games we want. But I doubt they're going to do that because we're just the little people.
Andy, you are transitioning God today because literally the next topic we're talking about is two big series getting a remaster.
I promise I didn't text Kayla to get the notes.
Did you guys get do you guys have anything else before we move on to that?
I don't.
All right. So these are two big Xbox exclusives that are getting a remaster, and I'm sure they'll probably be on Game Pass because the originals are. The Gears of War series and Fable might be getting a remaster.
Ooh, I haven't played Fable in forever.
I tried to play the first one because I really thought I'd like it, and it was like the original Xbox one, and I tried to play it, and like the controls just wouldn't work for me. Like they were slow, they were non-responsive, so I was like, damn. So I'm really glad to hear that they're getting a remaster so I can actually play them. Gears of War I played here and there, mainly Gears of War 5, but that's cool too. I mean, their games aren't even that old, so I don't see why they're getting a remaster. But like half of their games came out on the Xbox One, and the other half came out on 360. So it's not like as old as Fable, where you're going back to the original.
All of Gears of War is on the Game Pass anyway.
Yeah, like it's
just
kind of
like Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction just came out and it's on Game Pass already.
Yeah, I think that's because who Ubisoft is also now a Microsoft exclusive, isn't it?
Yes.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. So that's why that's the one there.
That's the company that had the racist scandal. It was Ubisoft. Okay, cool.
But Ubisoft, yeah, they also, I feel, is a kind of a dead company. They make some decent games, but like the last, like Assassin's Creed, I guess is cool, but it's like not Assassin's Creed anymore. The last Assassin's Creed that I actually enjoyed was Unity, and at the time Unity was shit. So that tells you something how well that aged compared to these new games.
I mean, I kind of like how with Valhalla, how they're going into like the different backgrounds, and like how with not Odyssey. What was the other one? The one before that.
The only thing Ubisoft that I think deserves a second chance from me, because I just didn't understand it as a kid, was Watch Dogs. I think I should replay the Watch Dogs series.
See, I feel like the first one had way more potential than what it did.
Yeah, I mean GTA 5 also came out the same year. So like, what the fuck were you expecting?
See, with Watch Dogs 1, because I played it, I feel like they like tried to rush it, same way they did with Cyberpunk. Like,
yeah, Cyberpunk was a shit show. I'm sure. I wouldn't be surprised if the company that made Cyberpunk, what are they called? The Red. Oh fuck, I forget their name. But I wouldn't be surprised if they get bought out.
Like now, I can literally go to my local dish traders here in town and buy a brand new copy of Cyberpunk for like $12.
You're thinking of Project Red.
Yeah, Project Red. I wouldn't be surprised if they get bought out. All right, so to the questions, because my eyes are super itchy because of the cat, so I'm trying to get through this shit, but I keep rubbing my eyes. Do you think the remasters hit the same as the originals?
I mean, I'm sure it'd be different for everybody. Like with the Crash Bandicoot remaster or the Spyro Reignited trilogy, like it brought back nostalgia, but with the graphics being more modern and up to date, I still feel like if they would have kept the graphics the same, like old school, where like kind of hurt or it will hurt your eyes now, would add more of the nostalgic effect to it.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I don't, but yeah, sometimes you're like, maybe they should just enhance the graphics instead of completely redoing it. Like the new Grand Theft Autos that came out remastered, if they would just enhance the graphics and change the controls, that's all we asked for, really. But they wanted to like change character models and shit like that.
They did San Andreas. They kind of did San Andreas dirty, but at the same time they didn't, because they completely changed everything.
Yeah.
Not even a remaster. This is a whole new game at that point.
Also, another question: do you guys look forward to remasters or sigh when you hear it's happening to another beloved game?
It depends, because if it's a game I enjoyed from my childhood that I can't play anymore, then I'll go and get it. But if it's like how they remastered Modern Warfare, I was just like, why? Like, why?
Well, like same, because like nostalgia reasons, I'm like I should buy this, but at the same time, nostalgia reasons, I'm like no, I shouldn't, because I want it to stay how it was in my head.
Yeah, it's gonna be a disappointment, I feel like.
Yeah. But on to our final topics. February's free games, Nathan.
Yes. The
So
only one I was really looking forward to, even though I bought it a year ago, is UFC 4.
Yeah, now I can get it on like my side accounts and shit just to have it. But yeah, PlayStation Plus is getting UFC 4, Planet Coaster Console Edition, and then Tiny Tina's Assault on the Dragon Keep, a Wonderland one-shot adventure.
That DLC for fucking, or that's gonna, if it's anything like the DLC for Borderlands 2, it's gonna be fucking hyped.
Yeah. And then from what I got from Game Pass, it's coming out. Dreamscape is coming to console. Besiege Edge of Eternity, and then Total War Warhammer 2.
Oh, Hugh, if you're looking to change things up with your PlayStation 5, PlayStation has console covers now
All right.
available in Cosmic Red and Midnight Black.
I still want to get a red controller, but they don't even really look red. They look more violet colored.
It's all like burgundy.
Yeah. But all right, guys, that will conclude the second episode of season 5. We got 3 more. Look forward through them anytime throughout the week because we obviously don't have a consistent schedule going right now. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe, do your thing. Check out all of our personal shit. I'll leave the Twitches down below. And everybody have a good day.
Later.